Mark him. That's why I kept looking left. That's why I kept looking left.
What's up, bro? What's up? We gonna have to call 999 on you. Listen, hey, vocab, you know we can't talk.
I literally saw this guy on the left.
What about if you turn the camera off?
Hey, vocab, can you stand over there though?
That'll be allowed?
No, I'm just saying, can you stand over there? You kind of just came up
Let
in
the
our
brother
space,
speak, man.
You don't want me to be over there?
No, that's alright. It's cool, man. Hey, that's alright. What's up, vocab?
Nothing much.
No, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, vocab, right?
I'm listening.
Listen, you just gonna listen. We ain't gonna be doing no debating or none of that stuff. Just listen, bro. That's all we want you to do. You know what I mean? We ain't coming here to make no show anything. You know what I mean? So we just gonna continue where we left off at, and that's how we doing. Hey, but for real though, can you just stand over there, man? Like, you just came up in a space with the cameraman. You know, we don't really appreciate that, man. You're cool to be here, but like, can you just stay over there?
I don't.
Because we not. Listen,
I'm not in your way.
No, but check this out too, right? Another thing too.
I'm trying to be respectful. I respect you.
Just to keep it all the way real. Just to keep it all the way real. Everything that was said to you by our heads, you've already said to you. We ain't gonna say anything different. You know what I mean? So it's either you listen and hear what we have to say, or you don't have to. That's all it is, man. And I mean, and if it gets disturbing, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. We just gonna call 999 on.
That's okay.
You know? That's as far as I go. We ain't here to debate, man. Let's read. Yeah.
If you guys want a discussion,
no, we don't want to discuss. Because all the topics you come at, we've already dealt with it from our heads on down. The elder apostles, all right, the bishops on down, the regional heads. Yeah. Okay. We all teach the same thing. Let's actually pull that. That you all teach the same thing. So whatever you've heard from the apostles on down, whatever great millstone camp you go to, you're going to hear the same thing. Absolutely. So we're not up for debate and going back and forth. Your argument, the whole Christianity thing has been disproven through the scriptures. We continue. Read that verse, bro.
This is 2 Timothy 2 and verse 2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall also be able to teach others.
Now you've actually done the history. You've gone into Elder High Priest Rabbi Abba Bibbins on down how it got passed down onto our teachers, our heads, the apostles. All right, we teach the same thing. So our thing is, why go to all these countries debating when you've already heard it from the top men? But if you hear it from one, you hear it from all.
I got a reason. Paul, when he was kicked out of the synagogue, he went to the next city, went to the next synagogue, Berea, Thessalonica, Corinth. He would just keep on going.
2 Timothy,
you read it slow, brother.
2 Timothy 2 verse 2, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men who shall also be able to teach others.
Now where's the one where it says that you all...
I got it here. All right, this is the book of 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, the anointed, that ye all speak the same thing.
Right, so on your argument, Paul went to all these synagogues. Okay, we're different assemblies in different regions, right, but we're all of the same assembly, if you will. We're all of the same church. So wherever you go, America, all the states, Germany, UK, wherever you go, no matter that the church changes, it's the exact same doctrine we're speaking. You've gone to our teachers. They have disproved you over and over and over again. You've gone all around. We teach the same thing. So you're going to get the same message wherever you go. That's it. So you coming here is pointless.
And that's 13.
And you just know.
Shalom. Welcome to another video. And as always, before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rash. And next, double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of the great millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety. To all you sincere Akim, keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of what the people hear or whether they forbear. So this is going to be a reaction to the clip that I put in the introduction of this video. And this is from this past weekend's camp with the brothers in London, GMS London, where the devil came up to the camp. okay, a representative of Esau Edom, all right, known as vocab Malone. He's an agent provocateur, bought and paid for, all right, which I got a video proving that, okay. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and play that video right quick, and we'll come right back.
Like, how did you get into this? I'm just super curious to know, like, what led to all this.
Well, one day I was chilling, you know, and I heard a knock on the door, and it was a man in a black suit, and he said, "I'm a Jesuit, and we want to hire you. We've got some Vatican money." And I said, "Okay, do you have any other credentials?" And he also told me he worked for the FBI, and I was in.
Okay, all right, we're back. So, anyways, all right, once again, okay, he admitted that that the Vatican came to him, and I forgot exactly which agency he said, but the Vatican came to him with some Vatican money. So this guy, he's bought and paid for, man. He's bought and paid for by the false prophet of the beast system. And this is all he does, come around harassing camps, because at the end of the day, we know that they're getting ready to come down with great wrath and heavy persecutions upon us. All right, so anyways, that's a topic that we're going to dive into, and Yahweh Rajazah, the Heavenly Father's will is edifying to the elect. I'm going to start off here in Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 18. It says, "And in that day shall the deaf hear the words of the book, and the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness." And that's what's happening. All right, the Lord is waking up the elect. He's giving them ears to hear, eyes to see, and He shined His light upon them. Okay, and that's what's got the whole world freaking out, because as I always go into, the elites understand that once the Israelites wake up and the elect is risen, that means that the society is coming to a close. All right, so what are they trying to do? They're trying to send out guys like this to bring accusations against us so they can justify coming against us through demonization. Okay, they're going to come down with heavy persecution, all right, imprisoning us. All these things are written up in the prophecies. Like I said, we'll get to that, but let's continue on though. Isaiah 29 and 19. "The meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel." Okay, and the meek and the poor that it's talking about are the sons of Jacob. Okay, those that are under the curses, and specifically the elect. They're the ones that take joy in this word. Verse 20, it says, "For the terrible one is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the jest for a thing of naught." All right, and the terrible one is talking about Esau. Okay, and what is he trying to do? He's trying to make us an offender for a word. All right, he's trying to twist our words, just as the people tried to do to Yahushua back then. Okay, the wicked of the scribes and Pharisees. All right, they tried to find ways to get him accused. All right, to make him out to be, you know, pretty much someone who is doing evil works. Okay, and because we're coming in that same lot, the same thing is going to happen to us. All right, it's mostly happening by the accuser. All right, the devil. Okay, that word devil means slanderer, deceiver, and also the accuser. Hence the reason why I titled this video, "The Devil Came to the Camp." All right, because they're trying to make us an offender for a word. And I'm going to post the original video, okay, in the description of this and in the comment section with the timestamp of when Vocab Malone comes up, and you'll be able to go and watch it if you desire to. And you see that he's pretty much trying to get them tripped up in words. Okay, that he's trying to sensationalize the doctrine and say, you guys want to enslave people and blah blah blah, this and that. Well, all these things that Great Millstone teaches are all found in the prophecy that these things are going to come to pass in the end times. So anyways, okay, Esau is trying to demonize us, because that's the tactics of the devil. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, whenever he wants to persecute, then before that he brings out slander campaigns. Okay, and that's all that this guy is trying to do. All right, he's hired. He's not coming there because he cares about our souls or anything like that, or he wants us to come to Jesus, as he says. All right, he's doing that because he wants to persecute us. He's bringing down accusations against us. Okay, but the Lord, all right, is going to cut off all of those that watch for iniquity, as we just read. I'm gonna read this again though. Isaiah 29 and 21. "That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the jest for a thing of naught." Let me get a precept right quick. Okay, it tells you that all those who hate the righteous, all right, shall be desolate. Psalm chapter 34 and verse 21. "Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate." So that's what's going to happen to Vocab and the rest of the Edomites. They're going to become desolate, as the Lord promised in Ezekiel 35. Verse 22, the Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate. It's always his plan to demonize us is not going to work, but they're going to try it anyways. All right, Isaiah 29 and 22. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, who redeemed Abraham, concerning the house of Jacob. Jacob shall not now be ashamed, neither shall his face now wax pale. Okay, so we're not ashamed of the word. That's another thing he tried to do. He tried to shame the brothers. When you watch the clip, and you watch the fullness of the video, all right, he was out there for about an hour, okay, or maybe even longer than that. I watched about an hour of it, okay, and he was trying to get them accused. He was trying to sensationalize, say, look at these guys, look what they want to do this, they want to do that. All right, so he's trying, once again, they're trying to demonize us because they're getting ready to come down with that persecution. It says, but when he seeth his children, the work of mine hands, in the midst of him, they shall sanctify my name and sanctify the Holy One of Jacob, and shall fear the power of Israel. And they also that erred in spirit shall come to understanding, and they that murmured shall learn doctrine. Okay, so their plans are not going to work. They cannot stop this truth from going out. Okay, it's spreading throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and there's nothing they can do to stop it. All right, and when they come in like a flood, as it says in Isaiah 59 and 19, the Spirit of the Lord shall raise up a standard against them. Okay, this is Sirach 11 and 29. Also known as Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha. It says, bring not every man into thine house, for the deceitful man hath many trains. All right, this guy is a deceitful man. He's trying to come like he's a humble spirit, but we know that he's really a snake. All right, once again, looking to get us accused. Verse 30, it says, like as a partridge taken and kept in a cage, so is the heart of the proud. All right, Esau is known as the proud. This guy is an Edomite. And like as a spy, watcheth he for thy fall. Okay, that's what he's doing. Because why would he fly all the way across the world? All right, no one said he's done this in many countries. All right, many cities all over America. He goes and visits different groups, different camps. All right, just to cause chaos. He already know we don't want to talk to him. The brothers spoke it perfectly. They said, everything that you've heard our elders say, we're just going to say the same things. You're not going to get a different result. Okay, and really, you know, he was quoting Paul, but what did Apostle Paul say in Romans the 16th chapter? All right, Apostle Paul said, matter of fact, let me get that right quick. Let's just go there. We'll come right back. So this guy's he's a spy. If he really believed in the Bible, this is all you got to do. Romans 16 and 17, it says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. Okay, so there's nothing you can mark someone. If you want to make videos on us, that's perfectly fine. That's cool. You want to try to break down our doctrines, go for it. All right, but that's not good enough, because he's not down there. He doesn't care about the doctrine. All right, he's coming to visit the camps because he's trying to get us accused. All right, they're preparing demonization, or they're already doing the demonization, so that they can prepare for persecution next. Okay, this guy is he is once again the devil. All right, him and all the people that he's with. Okay, Abu. All right, all the guys that are behind him, the guys that are paying him off, they're all Edomites. They're all devils. Okay. I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. So you're supposed to avoid people that teach a different doctrine than you. So why is he, especially if you've already, what was another one, Titus 3 and 10. After one or two admonitions, a man that is a heretic reject. If you believe that we're heretics and all this and that, then why are you still coming around? Okay, we don't go trying to have conversations with Christians. If anything, we try to avoid you. We don't want to talk to you because we know that you can't get it. But once again, all right, his heart, the heart of the proud, like as a spy, he watches for thy fall. Verse 31, for he lieth in wait and turneth good into evil, and in things worthy of praise will lay blame upon thee. And that's what he's trying to do. Okay, and this is nothing new. The same thing happened to Yahushua. Let's go ahead and get that right quick, man. All right. Okay, the wicked of the scribes and Pharisees, which were coming in the spirit of Esau. That's why, hence, John 8 and 44, Yahushua said to the wicked of the Jews, he said, you are of your father the devil. He's pretty much saying, you guys act like Edomites. Because this is what they were trying to do. This is Luke 20 and 20. And they watched him and sent forth spies, which should feign themselves just men, that they may take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. And that's what they're trying to do. Okay, deliver us up for persecution. And that is going to happen. All right, it's going to happen according to biblical prophecy. It happened to Yahushua, and it's going to happen to us. Okay, Matthew chapter 10. And that's why a lot of Jakes, you guys think that this thing is some kind of fashion, some kind of fad, and it's not. Okay, this thing is life and death. All right, but you have to, but once again, we always say, you got to give up everything to gain everything. Yahushua said that himself. Okay, not in those exact words, but he said, he that shall save it, try to save his life shall lose it, and he that shall lose his life for my name's sake, I shall find it. Okay, but this is Matthew 10 and 16. And this is the great commission that Yahushua gave to his disciples. Okay, and once again, we're coming in that same lot. It says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Okay, so we're moving in wisdom, but we're harmless as doves. We're not out there doing nothing to nobody. All we do is preach the word. Okay, and they know that. So once again, what do? They send out guys like this agent, all right, to try to get us accused. And then he said in the video, when you watch it, okay, the longer, you know, the full video, he said that he's been talking to ex-GMS members, because what happens is guys get rebuked for wickedness, they get butt hurt, and then the first thing they do is go to the devil. All right, now I don't know of any ex-GMS members that have done that out in the open, but I know it happens with other camps all the time. Israelites. Okay, they go and they think that the devil is Edomite is their friend, and he's gonna be the main ones. He's gonna be the main one that's getting you accused. That's gonna try to get you deleted, because that's all he cares about. Okay, like I said, this guy has been hired. Matthew 10 and 17, it says, but beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Just like we read in Luke 20 and 20. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and against the Gentiles. And that's really what's happening right now. Okay, our testimony is against the wicked of our people, the 2/3, and against the Gentiles, and that's what they're angry about. And we're testifying of the judgment and the justice that the Lord is going to deliver against them, the avenging of the blood of the saints. It says, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not you that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver the brother up to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated by all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. So this has just come with the territory. It says, but when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, you shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. All right, 'cause that's who we're talking to. We're talking to, and the Israelites are scattered now all over the world. So this word is going forth all over the world. You got camps in different countries all over the world. Okay, and these are the cities of Israel, where the Israelites are. All right, continuing on though, verse 24. It says, the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, that the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more should they call them of his household? So they looked at Yahushua like he was a demon. Okay, that's how they treated him. All right, and he was blameless, and they're going to do the same thing towards us. All right, let's go to Isaiah 50. We'll get a few more precepts and give it a wrap it up. Isaiah chapter 50 and verse, we'll get this in the NLT. All right, Isaiah 50 in the New Living Translation. I'm going to start at verse 4. Okay, and this portion of the chapter is entitled, The Lord's Obedient Servant. All right, it says, the sovereign Lord has given me his words of wisdom, so that I know how to comfort the weary. Morning by morning he awakens me, and opens my understanding to his will. The sovereign Lord has spoken to me, and I have listened. I have not rebelled or turned away. I offered my back to those who beat me, and my cheeks to those who pulled out my beard. I did not hide my face from mockery and spitting. Because the sovereign Lord helps me, I will not be disgraced. Therefore I have set my face like a stone, determined to do his will. And I know that I will not be put to shame. And we believe that. We're not worried about these agents. We know that they're coming. Okay, it's prophesied, man. He who gives me justice is near. Who will dare to bring charges against me now? Where are my accusers? Let them appear. Okay, that's what this guy is. He's an accuser. Okay, and Apostle Paul said the same thing in Romans, the 8th chapter. All right, he said, who shall bring charge to the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that justifieth. Okay, continuing on, verse 9. See, the sovereign Lord is on my side. Who will declare me guilty? All my enemies will be destroyed, like old clothes that have been eaten by moths. So, including you, okay, Hokab Malone, all the enemies of the prophets will be destroyed. All right, it says, verse 10, who among you fears the Lord and obeys his servant? If you are walking in darkness without a ray of light, trust in the Lord and rely on your God. Okay, and that's exactly what we're preaching. That's all. Like I said, we don't, we're not doing nothing to nobody. Okay, they try to make us out to be like, they try to compare us to the KKK and all. When have we ever went out there and burned, crosses on people's yards, lynched people, okay, firebombed white churches? We're not concerned with none of that. We don't need to do any of that stuff, okay? Nor do we care to. All we do is just teach the Bible, okay? We trust in the Lord. He's going to be the one to bring us justice at his second coming. And even before then, that's what this whole great tribulation is all about. And we're looking forward to it because he's going to deliver justice for us. All right, but those that are the hopeful elect, once again, those that are in darkness in this world, all right, trust in the Lord and rely on your power. That's our message. Repent ye therefore and be converted, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It says, verse 11, but watch out, you who live in your own light, and warm yourselves by your own fires. This is the reward you will receive from me. You will soon fall down in great torment. Okay, so all those who come up against the truth, all right, turn away from the light, okay, and pretty much, because most people in this world, their religion is based off emotions. Christianity is based off of emotions. It's not based on prophecy, all right, and we're exposing all these things, and it's destroying that wall of comfortability that Esau has set up, the illusion, all right. So that's why they want to accuse us, because the truth is dangerous to a society that's been built off of lies. All right, now, with that being said, okay, once again, we know they're going to come down with the heavy persecution. All right, but we're going to overcome. All right, Revelation chapter 12, I'm going to get this in the KJV. All right, I'm going to get starting in verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our God, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Okay, and that's what's getting ready to happen. Who's the accuser? Esau, Edom, and he sends out guys like Hokab Malone, but these guys are low level. Okay, they're just paid off cronies and lackeys. All right, and the accuser of our brethren is going to be cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. So for the elect, you're not able to do anything against the elect, because the elect don't even care about their own lives. Because the elect understand, Yahweh righteous, will be part of that number, that the Lord has something greater for us, as it says in Colossians, the 3rd chapter. Let me get that precept right quick. All right. For you are dead, and your life is hid in Yahweh Shai. All right. So you can't overcome us through the fear of death. Okay. The Lord is going to protect us. All right. He's going to guide us no matter what happens. This is Colossians 3:3. All right. It says, for ye are dead, and your life is hid with Hamashiach in Yahweh. All right. When Yahweh Shai, who is our life, shall appear, then shall you also appear with him in glory. So, okay, we're not worried about what Esau has planned. Okay, even though he's appointed us to death, that's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to justify it, because Esau, his main line of deception, all right, is that he's able to play both sides. He's able to play the victim and the villain. He's able to play and make it seem like he's the good guy in all this. Okay, like when they go over to make war with other nations, well, we got to take those nations down. They're a threat to the world. No, you're the threat to the world. Okay, everywhere that you go, as the scriptures say, John 10:10, the devil comes, or the thief comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And that's all that Esau has done everywhere that he's touched down. Okay, and he's ruled over the nations in anger and through the fear of the sword. But the elect is able to stand up against him, because we have the promise of resurrection. We have the promise of resurrection from Yahweh Shai. But he's going to come with what he's going to come with. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Okay, and that's what's coming next, right? That's why he's coming around us. Okay, let's get Revelation 2:10. We'll close out with this. All right, it says, but fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. For behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay, and that's the mindset we got to be in. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. We're fighting for that incorruptible crown. Okay, the crown of glory from the Lord's hand. So, anyways, all right, once again, this is, been the devil has came up to the camp, all right, and he's done this many times. He didn't come around for a while, but now he's back, and hey, it's just part of the program, man. He's just doing what, the Lord has told him to do, in the sense of playing the role of the wicked, playing the role of a scoffer, a mocker, and the accuser, okay? So anyways, that's it. We're going to close it out there. Heavenly Father's will. It was edifying. As always, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachash. And until next time, Shalom, and Abad Babal.